Um, my name's Joe and I go by Iceman 11A. What you're looking at right now is a small sample of using crates, gates, wires, and transport pipes. The idea is not to overload this crate with the items from this crate. The whole basic thing starts right here. If there's space in this crate, it sends a red wire signal. Each one of these is going to have set up here. It's going to send an automatic redstone signal, which is going to start these two engines. Both of these are set up the same way. This crate here is basically pretty well full. This crate up here is basically pretty well full. This should overload this crate. If it does, then more than likely what's going to happen is that it's going to completely start popping all the items right out in the open, right up here on the floor or from the pipe. Well, the idea is to prevent this from happening. Well, the idea that I had was to basically to send a blue signal when it contains 75% or more. Well, apparently it doesn't seem to work. I tried both gates, the gold and gates, and none of them seemed to work. I also tried the and gates and ore gates and the iron gates and a little bit of everything here, and I can't find anything that seems to work. The problem I have is that when this container reaches 75%, it should send off a blue signal. Well, that part doesn't seem to be working. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start these now. Whoops. All right, so now this engine should start up now. It's going to start pumping everything over here into this case. I'm going to go ahead and start it here too. Now, what should happen is that this will start sending all these items in over here. Now, when this crate gets up to 75%, when all this starts filling up, and it gets up to about 75%, if I understand the concept of this, it should do then is send a blue signal. If it sends a blue signal, then it should disable the redstone signal, but it doesn't seem to be working. It's not sending the signal because this is the same one that's set up for it at all. This is why, I'm using an OR gate because, it's either one or the other. It's not both of them at the same time. So that if the red signal's enabled, it's only going to send the redstone signal. But if or other or whatever, the blue signal comes on, it should completely stop this engine, but it doesn't seem to be working. So I think maybe there's something wrong with the mod. But so that you guys don't have to sit here and watch this whole thing, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down, and well, I'll pick it up when that crate's about 70% complete. Well, welcome back, guys. As you can see, we got items laying on the ground. Apparently, it doesn't seem to be working. This is definitely over 75%, and it should be sending out a blue signal, and it doesn't seem to be doing that. If this is, 75%, it should be sending out a blue signal, and it's not. If the blue signal set, then it should shut this down. Now, either I don't understand the concept of this, or this just isn't working, because this is not sending a blue signal. You can tell by looking at it that it's not. Or I just don't understand the concept, and it may be true too. I just don't understand the concept. Now, if you look over here, here's something that I've been playing with, but on a much larger scale, and that I can't get it to work. See, I got another building that I'm building. Yeah, right over here. This is going to be basically, that building is going to be the factory. This is where I'm going to be processing all these materials. But like I said, until I can get this done, it just isn't going to happen. But I really would hate the result to doing all this by hand. But if anybody comes up with any kind of an idea on what I could probably do, please let me know. I'm going to shut these down, and I'm going to go ahead and clean up the mess. Thank you very much for watching. This is Iceman 11A.